Ladies, gentlemen, welcome to an episode of Expert Reviews. We're here on Pearl River in a Sheridan. Oddly enough, I'm excited to commentate on a replay in a Sheridan because it is a rare tank to see, on the battlefield, and a rare tank to see do well as well. One thing I'm immediately noticing, what can we take stock of here? Well, we're on Pearl River for one. Equipment-wise, CVS, low noise exhaust, and optics. So he's got a mind to scout, and one of the perfect things about the Sheridan, if you're thinking about that, is 420 meters of base view range. Joint best in the entire game with things like the M60, IHM Panzerwagen, M48 Patton has 420 as well. I think the 121B may have 420 if I remember rightly, but yeah, really exceptional view range. One thing I noticed as well is the gun is looking fairly girthy. It looks to me like we're using the 152mm gun on this vehicle. 3 rounds per minute, 76mm of pen. Let's just check whether these are the standard HE or the... Yep, they are the standard. No premium HE, bigger splash radius. Pen goes up to 85, but you can understand why a pen boost of 9mm wouldn't exactly appeal given the price jump. But then you got heat shells with what, 152? Oddly enough, the same as the caliber of the gun. 152mm of pen on the heat. 0.51 accuracy. Ooh, 0.51 accuracy on this tank with a 3.3 second aim time. Now, starting the game there, dodging a ship-on shell, as well as looks like a T110E4 as well. Wow, that would have been chunky. 1,600 health on the Sheridan, and yeah, 1,750 damage on the hash of a shipbun. However, it does bring me on to an interesting topic in that the Sheridan, unlike a lot of other light tanks, not wheeled tanks, light tanks, is rather oddly protected because the entirety of this area, sort of like from here to here, all around the tank, is spaced armor on the hull. And if a HE shell connects with that, it will have a lot of trouble going through. So if you're trying to pen the Sheridan with a HE shell, don't aim for this boxy area. Aim down low or aim at the turret, because otherwise, yeah, you're going to have trouble penning this thing with HE. Not that I think in this patch it would have absorbed a HESH shell from a ship barn, but it's worth noting. Hopefully someone will bounce a HE shell off of him in this game, and it will be pathetic for me to have mentioned that. What else can we talk about? Top speed of 65 kilometers per hour, 22 in reverse. Ooh. And backtrack roaming about. Don't go too far forward. Well, that's rather lovely. HE shell in return, presumably on the T110E4. Looks like he reloaded heat for that shell. 700 alpha damage on the heat. Now, let's think about this game. What do we think about? What are we missing? We're missing... Oh, let me see it. Let me see... Well, that's just sad, but I mean, that's what you get for the 0.51 accuracy, is it not? What are we missing in this game? An AMX 13105 and a Grill 15. Now, we can assume at this point that they're located around that spot is actually interesting. That spot is very interesting. Because I would have said, were it not for the AMX appearing in our base, I would have said that tells me where the AMX 13105 is. Well, you got 12.48% on the move camo? No, 14.48 on the move. And then 2.17 after firing on the Sheridan. We weren't firing here, but we broke cover here, and presumably we can assume now that the AMX is out of the equation, that we were spotted either by the 268, but I would assume the Grail 15 is set up with binos somewhere, because I doubt that 268 would spot a Sheridan while moving. Light tanks, if you didn't know, high-tier light tanks at least keep the same camo on the move as they do while stationary, the only class in the game to have that little attribute. But now, we're doing what Sheridans wielding 152mm guns. Oh, that's the... Oh, wait, I was talking out my bum! That's not the AMX, that's an EBR, which means I probably was right. And when he broke cover here, he most likely was spotted by the AMX around this location. Cool! Yay! Information chat, beautiful. Okay. Now, please show me a HE pen on an EBR. Please. Just give me that. Don't hit the wheels, or else I will be a very, very sad boy. Got an AMX 13105 coming in with you. He's got 3 shells, 390 alpha damage, 1,170 potential damage in the clip from him. So tag teaming this EBR looks like the best move. AMX misses the first one, so if he connects the next 2, that's 1 from him. He's got 1 more. Misses it. Now we need a pen. Gently does it. Gently does it. Hold up. Was that HE or heat? I'm thinking it was heat. Absolutely should have loaded HE in this situation. I don't know if you possess intuition on this tank. I would guess not if you didn't want to reload in that situation, or maybe accidentally didn't. But certainly, piece of advice, intuition is an S-tier skill these days. It should be the first skill you train on your loader. Yes, even before repairs. Repairs has fallen down in terms of skill tiers lately with the reusable repair kits as an example. So yeah, intuition, S-tier skill. Make sure you're using it on all your tanks. Excuse me. Alright, now, I'm sure this game will liven up. Are you gonna ram a wheelie boy in the booty? Please. Please. Ah, he's running away, the little sausage. Oh, it was nice. Okay, try and block the shell. Try and block the shell. Park in front of the... Turn right, park in front of the... Okay. Oh, he actually misses the kill on the annex. That's very important. Keeps the annex in the game, but in that situation, I would have perhaps tried to take a shot for the AMX, just because I've got more health, and him being on a one-shot, the enemy getting hit points in damage is less valuable than them getting a kill. So I'm always willing, if I can take a shot, to trade a shot in, well, I say always willing, in the vast majority of cases. Now, we have an encroachment by the team of those 2 AMXs, big French behemoths, lumbering their way into base, though there's the AMX that would have spotted us earlier. This is gonna make you nervous, right? In my mind, both these guys are dead. Like, they're screwed. Like, look at the crossfire. 777, E3, these guys should fall back right now. It's not like they don't know this position is occupied at this point. If they push in, get spotted on this corner, they die to here. Even if they fall back, they probably die to here still. They might be able to hold this position for a little bit, but honestly, if the AMX shoots in with some lucky shots and one of the artillery locates out wide, they're dead anyway, but... yeah, those AMXs are dead for my money, which, if we look at this game, take out these AMXs, this game is becoming a lot more tense, so we shall see. And how quick is this AMX gonna react? Quicker than the gun can aim, let's say, and 1 AMX down already. I expect the other one to be following in his footsteps. Now, do you go after the AMX in this situation? I think you do. I think at this point you can pressure this location. right? You don't go further, but the AMX has a clip potential of 1,170. Right? So unless he gets a fire or Artie gets a pen or something like that, he's not going to take you out in one clip. If you're in this location, you can play for cover from maybe Leo on the cross or the T110E4, right, by playing him around this location. You can own this position because you have supported crossfire. Right? You're still very powerful in this position. Obviously, you don't go into the line of fire of the 268, you're going to worry about the RT, but at this point, I think it's still merited to try and explore around this position, see if you get a penetration, see if you can counter a very isolated and very important enemy tank. Right? If this game goes into an end game, which I can see coming at this point, that AMX being on full health is going to be a severe issue. So I would prioritize him at this point. I'm curious to see what... I don't actually know this gentleman's name. Mr. X-Flix. I'm just going to call him Bob. I'm going to see what Bob does in this game. That is the second time. He squanders his repair kit there. That's the second time he's damaged his tracks by taking a very small jump, which is quite odd. I mean, Sheridan isn't exactly the most gracious of tanks, but would like to think it wouldn't bumble around with absolutely no ability to not take damage. My headphones are playing out, which is why I'm fiddling here. So I've got no sound right now, so if I miss an audio cue, I do apologise. Oh, and such language in chat, calling the team idiots. Maybe true, but you ain't gonna say it. Okay, so T110E 305mm of frontal armour. Second highest on paper value in terms of hull armor in the entire game, second to the Badger 355, leaving one line uncovered, yellow into TDs and die. I mean, you won the one line, but yes, they did yellow into TDs, into a massive crossfire and die. So, like I say, you're not wrong. T110E 76mm of side armor. Now, I don't know how much health he's on at this point. Oh, I do. 76. Oddly enough, the exact same pen as the standard HE here on the Sheridan. Now, if you connect a shell with the frontal armor of the E3, I highly doubt you're going to pick him up in one shot. I like you communicating in chat with your last remaining ally, the Leo 1 and the Sheridan. What a team. Okay, at this point, I'd be playing more aggressively. I don't like sitting in a corner like this. One, when I'm full health, and two, when there's 2 RT in the game. Because when there's 2 RT in the game, especially when there's 8 minutes left, any forced stalemate, right, is a loss. So, for example, if they get you stuck behind these houses and they trip pressure the cap, it's difficulty. If they get a proxy on one of these houses, they get the AMX up here with the 268 and the E3 at distance, right? The RT just bombs you. All it takes is one RT to knock out there and you lose. Like, I don't like letting the enemy team position around me when I'm outnumbered and they have an RT advantage. So what I'd prioritize in this situation is I'm a light tank, got a CVS, got optics, 420 meters base view range, I've got health. I'd be trying to get information for this Leo. This Leo camping at the back, absolutely the right play in this situation. He's got no armor, he's half health, he's got a very powerful sniping gun. Absolutely the right play for him to be defensive. But in this situation, I want to be looking for a place where I can play a bit more aggressively. And when I say aggressive, I don't mean hunting kills, but I mean making sure my view range is more active and prominent on the map. It would be a consideration of mine to move up potentially this land if I can get a boost up here onto this location. It could also be feasible to use... Hang on, do I have 3 cam here? I do have 3 cam. Yeah, me! Okay. could be feasible to use this location, not sit behind the house, but instead maybe demolish a part of the house, which I believe you can do, and maybe sit in these bushes here. That way you spot anyone coming around this location. This position here, being on a hill, while it is dangerous, it allows drop down for multiple circumstances. Like, if people placed behind you, you can drop down in front. If people placed in front of you, you can drop down behind. Like, it's a fairly versatile position, so I might consider sitting here in the bushes and just going passive scout, let the Leo see if he can pick up a few kills. That would be my thoughts, but then again, I'd probably screw it up and die. Now, we gotta hope, at this point, that the T110E3 at least does something silly. Because if they get the RT set up, if they get the E3 set up, oh, very nice bush work. I doubt it's gonna keep you safe anyway, purely because of the CVS potential. Now, do you go for this AMX at this point? Oh, Leo's going. You gotta go. You gotta go. The Leo is going. You gotta go. You gotta go with the Leo. The Leo is clippable. The Leo is clippable for the AMX. If this AMX pens all of the shells, like, even if you go now, and going now is a bit late, you already saw the Leo go. You should have been on that and moving. Like, even if you take a hit from the 268, this AMX has just isolated himself, right? So I think going for him in this situation, if you take a hit from the AMX, from the 268, you can go that way. Cut him off. If the Leo took a hit, you can go that way. If the 268 fires, you can go that way. Even if the 268 doesn't fire, if it seems appropriate, you can go that way. Like, you've got health to spend at this point. Do not leave your last remaining ally isolated and sacrifice him to a tank that has forsaken positioning by isolating himself from his network of support. You should absolutely be going with that Leo right now. Let's see. Leo gets one shot off. Leo does have no HE shells, but boom. Last remaining ally gone. That was the right play by the Leo if he got support. The AMX did isolate himself. It's all well and good complaining in chat, but you should have jumped on that opportunity. Oh, 2-6, that's interesting. That's a really interesting scenario, actually. Because the 268... that was actually really odd. So, because you didn't follow the Leo, and kill that AMX, the 268 has now assumed, as maybe I would, that you were somewhere else, that you were in the mid. Because what kind of utter idiot wouldn't help his Leo kill the isolated light tank, right? That's what the 268 is thinking. I'm not thinking that. It's the 268. So he's actually aiming at the middle, and I think he's going to get a kill here, which should be quite magical. Oh, no. The 268 played himself. Oh, that's fantastic. I swear to God, I've lost track of the amount of games that I've lost by outplaying myself like that. Just expecting, okay, the enemy would have done this if he was there. He didn't, so he's not there, and then he's there, and I die. Now, Xanax should have run, but he hasn't. Take your time with this one. There you go. Okay, I like the stop. I like the stop there. What, 2.73 seconds between the shells? Excuse me, got too much saliva. 2.73 seconds between the shells on the AMX 13105, I believe. So, the stop there, you had time to aim, make sure that shell's going to connect, make sure there's no funny business with regard to that shell. So, very wise to take the time there. Now, ooh. And that tells us a lot. That tells us a lot. The arc of that shell came in so high that that shell is impossible from a 261. because the 261 fires its shells very low and straight to the target, whereas the CGC fires very, very high. So we know at this point that the CGC is located over here somewhere. Just a useful bit of information that we can tell by the arc of the shell. Now, can you get out? Now, I wouldn't want to be in a 76 hit point T110A3 in this situation. But in this circumstance, you prioritize arty, right? You can outspot them, you can kill them pretty easily. Message to the comments section. Shut up. Okay, CGC appears out of nowhere. How feckin' magical. Oh, lordy. And outspotted him by a country margin. Are you going to get to use these bushes? Might be worth a heat shell here into the superstructure. 700 damage. HE shell might not do the job, but it does. Wonderful. Okay. Now, this next shell from the 261 will tell you a lot of information. You know exactly where the 261 is. I'm really surprised to find the CGC there. Maybe I just miss track of a light or something and I missed where the shot came from, or I missed the angle of the shot or something like that, or maybe it was just the 261 shooting from so far in the distance that the arc was actually fairly similar to a CGC. And now, at this point, you have questions. You go for base at this point, right? Like, 76 hit point, T110A3, he's telling you where he is. This is a free kill. And he's loading HE here as well he should. And at this point, you can just pick a direction and just go. Oh! Now, it's not going to spot you there, as we said earlier. 14.48 camo, I believe. Okay. And at this point, I'd just say use speed, right? 750 alpha damage, 295mm of pen on the T110E3. 51 seconds left on the cap. You just go in, get behind him, take a bit of time to aim, and just plunge it right up his ass. Simple as you like. Simple. Do not fluff this shot. Do not auto-aim this shot. Gentle. There you go. That's gorgeous. That's beautiful. Absolutely gorgeous. Could not have played that better. Just perfect. Exactly what you want to do. And now, 261. Now, the 261 is highly unlikely to win this game. Beyond getting outspotted, beyond getting outmaneuvered, he's going to get one shot. Even if he pens it, he's not going to kill a Sheridan in one shot. And as we talked about earlier, HE shells against a Sheridan, right, do not tend to do well. We're seeing the 261 here is not a slow artillery by any means. But it's slower now that it has been sent back from whence it came out. Now there's 5... Is that Kolobanov's? He killed the AMX, the CGC, the E3, the 261. I don't think that's Kolobanov's, is it? I'm not sure. Someone tell me in the comments. In any case, an interesting game to view, an interesting game to commentate on. I thank you very much for sending it in. If you'd like your replay reviewed in the style, then you can send it to replays.wallst at yahoo.co.uk. That link is, or that email is in the description. And yeah, we do one of these every Wednesday at 6 PM GMT. I'm doing this one on Friday just to give me a bit of extra time to edit my main videos. But yeah, have a good day.
Humanity peaks at our community manager. He is mentally jacked and strengthening our backs just like the corner weight on the turret of the challenger. Cause if we find ourselves in a crappy mood, you will brighten our day just through your attitude. Steven and Peabody, badass crew. So please take the song as a token of my gratitude.